Alright, well, I'm sure you've probably read the video title. We're going to be doing a little inspection here on a 1952 Westinghouse model something or another clock radio. This uses a standard Telecron clock for the clock. These were used in everything from ovens to, well, clock radios to anything really with a clock. Could have had one of these things in it. It's from the 40s or 50s. It has a sleep timer switch. All the controls are like really crusty. That one's okay. But we'll be doing basic stuff like the crusty controls in this video, but really this is kind of more of an inspection on what this thing needs, and I've never seen the underside of it, so we'll take a look at that. I must say, this is probably one of my more favorite styled radios that I have. I really like how the speaker looks and the font on everything, especially down here with Westinghouse. Maybe that's just me, but I think it looks pretty cool. So without further ado, let's take a look over around to the back. Now the sticker for this said that it does not work, and I would believe it because, I mean, it's this old and probably never been worked on, at least recently. And I don't know, usually just stuff like this doesn't work at first. As you can see, we just have a standard All-American 5 radio lineup. It takes 38 watts to power, probably 30 for the radio, 8 for the clock, and has a timer-controlled outlet back here, which is really cool. So this is basically just like one of those timer boxes that you have for your Christmas lights. I know I have another clock radio from 1951 or 50, I think, that has the same clock that this thing has, same font on it too, and also has one of these switched outlets. But anyways, let's get this open, and this is the furthest that I've ever gotten into this thing. Pretty dusty, but I mean, what do you expect? There you have your, that's kind of cool. You have your RMA thing right there, the tag. Radio Makers of America or Radio Manufacturers of America. I forget, but that's kind of an older thing that really wasn't seen. In fact, I'm surprised that something from 1952 has that. It's like a 30s and pre-war kind of thing. But you also have a patent number there. You have the big tuning rotor, and you have your fair share here of feathers and dust. It's kind of a crappy design right here. The camera situated. Oh, that right there is touching up against that tube. Maybe that's why it didn't work. Oh, I guess it wasn't a crappy design. We just had to kind of straighten it all out, and it's got wiggle room. Even though it doesn't really look like it on the camera, it does. But that probably prevented it from powering up, but I still don't think that it like runs. I think it'll just do filter hum at most. But anyways, why don't I vacuum this out real quick? I got a little vacuum down here just for this. Well, that didn't really change it up a whole lot, but at least it got those farm animal remains out of it. Let's see, we can see exactly when this is from on the IF cans, because they have date codes. 17th week of 52 on both of these. So what would that be, like April of 52? Which means that the radio is probably on the market in August or later of 52. That's kind of cool. Well, I guess we'll disassemble it more. This is... The IF can is just completely caked in dirt and dust. Not dirt really, but do I have a flathead screw? Yes, I do. Just a thick layer of dust and crap on this thing. So yeah, I'll probably do that in the repair video, which this is not going to be a repair video, I'm sorry, but I just don't have the parts for this right now. Looks like we have one original, or at least Westinghouse brand tube. The others are RCA, General Electric, and RCA. So we can probably guess what company was in the, or we can probably guess the company that owned the repair shop, or at least supplied the parts for whatever town this was in. Because here in town we had a Philco that would have all the parts come in. But I'm sure that there are others around here, because I got this radio in town. I must say, aside from a little scratch, not a crack, but a scratch up here, this cabinet is in remarkable condition. And with a damp sponge, I think that this thing would look really, really nice. Maybe some Brasso on here. In fact, I have a thing of Brasso right off camera. So maybe that can be something in the repair video. Alright, here we go. I noticed something. The clock assembly, and holy crap. The clock assembly and the, what is that, a frog? I'll show you guys in a second. Gosh, that startled me. What the, oh, I see. That's the winder for the clock. Why? Okay. Pretend that didn't happen, okay? Where was I? I noticed something. Okay, here we go. The clock assembly and the radio assembly are separate. Okay. That wasn't so hard now, was it? The thing that I was like, holy crap about is... Why is it making noise? This... right there. I don't want to say what that looks like. I try to keep it family friendly here, but that is one interesting looking dust bunny. And holy farm, this looks like it was in a barn. Holy crap. Of course. There's a stupid box over all the electronics. Good thing none of those spiders are alive. I'm gonna see if I can get this weird box thing opened. I've never seen that before. That's kind of interesting. Alright, I got that cover thing off. I haven't actually looked yet, so don't worry. What is... Okay, just stay there and don't break. Turn it to the camera. So what do I see here? I see a blown apart Bumble Bomb, a blown apart paper, a not blown apart paper, a not blown apart paper, and a paper filter capacitor. Pretty standard stuff. This is perfect for a beginner. Ooh, and I see one of those early ICs. A couplet capacitor, or couplet if you're fancy. get this out and see what the values are. Looks like it might be a replacement capacitor. I'll have to look for a date code though. Two 50 microfarads at 150 volts. What a surprise. You know, I'm gonna have to see what I have around here in the shop. I wouldn't be able to do a repair video today, but I bet I could scratch up the parts for this pretty easily. This really doesn't seem like it takes a whole lot to work. I've worked on another one of these that is just bare bones on the inside. Not another one of this specific model, but that other one that I was talking about before with the same clock. Both like pretty much the same. Ooh, wow. Same on the inside, just bare bones simple. You can see that's what that rust stuff was. I bet it's from when that capacitor blew up, because that thing, like, I don't know if it actually blew up though, but it's all cracked and broken and falling apart. And not usable and probably dead. It is dead. But yeah, that was a nice little inspection video there. I only have a minute left on the camera, so I'm going to have to cut it short here. But we got to the point. We kind of assessed what we needed to do. I have capacitors for these IF cans if they decide to crap out. Something like this is pretty low risk. I mean, if I break it, then I don't know, I'll just have to cry for a couple days. So with that, where are those capacitors, by the way? And just don't look for them right now, okay? But yeah, with that, something like this is really easy for a beginner, so I should be able to kind of easily fix this. It looks pretty easy. So without further ado, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.